Hi there, Rich Weller here. I'd like to spend the next 2 minutes showing you how I interact with my personal digital meeting assistant. And so in order to do that, let me now share my screen. So the product that I work with, my personal digital assistant, is actually called Sembly AI. And Sembly will join all of my meetings and take notes for me. And it does a whole lot more than that. And so you can see here my meetings, a number of my meetings from Thursday of March 7th here. I'm going to drill into this meeting right here, which is the MP Digital Innovation Touchpoint meeting. You can see there were looks like about 4 or 5 people that were part of this event. Sembly, which is one of my friends, Sembly actually pulled out and summarized this meeting. It recognized that, yes, this is true. I did not code this out. It automatically recognized that this was a weekly meeting, a weekly update, weekly status meeting. It summarized what we've talked about here. But let me show you my other friend. My other friend is called Semblian. And so it's a little tricky here, but if you'll notice, there's a little icon here. If I click on that, that brings up Semblian. And now I can interact with Semblian. When I'm interacting with Semblian here, you'll notice that straight away it's kind of working with me. It's talking to me. And but let me show you now how I quite frequently would interact with Semblian. So one of the things that you may find as interesting is that I could ask this question here. What was the sentiment of this meeting? So if I hit enter, you'll notice it's thinking. It's actually researching the information that says, hey, the sentiment of this meeting was generally positive and collaborative. Hey, that's cool. The participants were engaged in and discussing various topics and sharing updates and ideas. There were no negative or tense moments observed in the meeting conversation. Now, I was part of that meeting. To be quite honest, that was nearly a week ago, and I can't remember. But it's cool to see how Symbian recognizes that. And here's another way that you could work with Symbian. Maybe you're looking for some coaching advice. How could have I, as Rich Weller, facilitated this meeting better? Symbian, what do you think? What's your opinion here? You'll notice again, it's reviewing the detailed transcript from this meeting, thinking, and it's providing me some advice and guidance. Here's some suggestions on how Rich Weller could have facilitated the meeting better, clarified the agenda, keep the track of the action items, encourage participation, so forth and so on. So again, I've got Semblian right here giving me coaching advice on how to facilitate a meeting. Maybe here's another question that I would like to Semblian. What's based upon a transcript of this meeting? What should our agenda be for the next meeting? That one was a tough one. Still thinking. So we're looking inside now. Now you can see it comes back, providing a suggestion on what would be the agenda for the follow-up meeting. Review and discuss training topics backlog. Update on the new dashboard. Discuss on leveraging Sembly. Yeah, the brainstorming sessions for a digital worker. There you go. So you can see. Symblian did a pretty good job. Maybe here's another one. Here's another way we could work with Symblian. Can you create an email that summarizes this meeting, lists the action items and owner, and includes the agenda for our next session? Boom. Hey, Symblian, go to work there. And now you can see it did just that. Here, summarize the meeting, providing an email. I could easily now copy this out, drop this into an email, and hit send. Just that simple. Great. Hey, maybe we'll ask Emily one more question, which seems pretty logical, right? Can you review the Outlook calendars for all attendees of this meeting and find us a time next week, during next week when we are all available for an hour, and then schedule a meeting. Now I'm going to be quite honest. I already know the answer to this, but I already know that this is a little stretch. This is a stretch for Symblian right now for its current capabilities. Yeah, I knew this was going to be the answer, but if you think about it, we are not too far away, right? So with that, that's Rich Weller. Hope you got some value from this one. We'll see you on the next one.